Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at another Ghost Rider. This is Ghost Rider from Marvel Legends. This figure was released in 2004 and he's part of, I think they call it the Series 7. Right now we're getting a good 360 view of the figure. I kind of want to say this is like the Spirit of Vengeance Ghost Rider. I do know a little bit about the Ghost Rider mythology in the comics. I know about Johnny Blaze. I'm sorry, he just fell over. This guy does not stand up well. I know about Johnny Blaze, Carter Slade, and Robbie Ray is a new Ghost Rider. And there's been a lot of other ones. But I believe, there we go. I believe this one's more of the Spirit of Vengeance one because the Johnny Blaze has a different, it has like more of a bluish kind of look to him, and then the Robbie Reyes one, he doesn't even have a motorcycle, has a car. So anyway, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna bring this figure off the turntable and take a look at everything that this figure comes with. Alrighty, everyone. So this is it. This is all that the figure comes with. I know it's not much. I know it's one item, but if you kind of think about it, with the way the other figures come, what they put in, guns, accessories, maybe some flame stuff for some hands, something, for some other figures. Like take for example the previous Ghost Riders that I've done. They come with with the chain, the glow in the dark chain. They come like with little spikes for the I guess arms and stuff like that. So they do come with some accessories. I think one of them came with like little chains so he can hold, and the other one was like a flame shield. But none of them actually have the bike. And this one actually comes with an actual bike that actually, with rotating tires, it actually turns, but not much. So let's take a closer look at this. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to actually get this camera and kind of pull it upward and downward so I can bring it up closer and we can take a better look at it. So yes, the tires do spin. They're kind of, I want to say they're rubberish. They do feel like rubber. They don't feel like plastic. Let's see. So the rims and everything else is plastic. The flame is all plastic. I want to say that just the tires are rubberish. Yeah, you can actually see, look, I'm squeezing it right here. Even though the tires are rubber, they have really good texture to them and really good color. The detail on it is just awesome. The detail on this whole bike is really good. I kind of do want to say that they put in a lot of work on the bike itself, and the flames, I don't know, the flames look there, but they don't. They kind of look like just that transparent candy you can buy, like almost like the rock candy, like the red one. It kind of looks like that to me. So that's the one thing I don't like about this. Other than that, I just think the detail on it is nice. I don't know if you guys are, it's a little stretched up right here. It's kind of an older figure. There we go. Maybe I should have tried cleaning them beforehand. He's just been sitting in the museum pose, or actually on the bike pose, for a while. But yeah, I don't know too much about this bike. I know the Johnny Blaze bike a lot more. So this one is just kind of new to me. I just got him because he was Ghost Rider, and I wanted him in my collection. So this is where the exhaust is on this side. And as you can see, I mean, even the engine's not bad. I mean, they put in a lot of detail in here. I like that, where the seat is, where he sits down and it goes up. A little bit of flame right there. The handlebars with, I mean, these are kind of soft plastics, as you can see here. It moves up and down a little bit. So, and I think that's cool because when you want to put his hand, his arms to hold it, you can actually kind of move this, and you don't have to like force it in there. So overall, I kind of really like this bike. It only stands in one way. It kind of stands, as you can see here, it stands with this. Now you can actually move this. So if you really don't want this, you kind of spin it out the way, and now it doesn't stand at all. So for example, I mean, if you were a kid and you really wanted to play with this at the time, you can play with it without hindering it, because obviously he's not going to be able to go like this. So I like that little detail. But I think, yeah, I think it only spins, sorry, I was looking at it like this. I think it only spins this way and it doesn't spin the other way. So as far as I don't know what this is for. Maybe that's, when I see these right here, I'm sorry, when I see these right here, it's like if you were gonna hang it up on the wall, it's like for a nail, and you know, it goes over like this actually. Put it in and it goes like that on the wall. But anyway, I think this is the only way you can actually stand the bike up. It's not the other side. And the last thing I want to do cover is a little paint. I mean, you do see the tires, you see the engine, but you don't really get a good look at the paint here on the actual bike. That is just some good work on it. Some nice metallic paint work on the bike itself. And they do have some pegs right here, and I'll go over that here on the figure later as to why there's pegs there. But overall, the paint job on this bike is just awesome. Really nice paint job on it. So that's everything that the figure comes with. What we're going to do next is get the figure and take a closer look. Alrighty, folks, so here he is, Ghost Rider himself. Now I got to be quick with this one because this guy does not stand up on himself, by himself whatsoever. He's really hard to stand up. It literally took me 5 minutes right now to try to get him stand up. His joints on his legs are really, really loose. I mean, he is kind of no figure. I mean, he's going up there in age already, and it really shows with the plastic, the brittle plastic already. I mean, you're looking at, let's see, 2004, that's 16, that looks 17-year-old toy, you know. I mean, I know some other toys like the Toy Biz ones are much older, but for some reason these ones, I don't know, like they're really brittle for some reason. You can tell. Anyway, so before I get going, let's do the tape measure, because I did remember to do them first with this one, but I'm not going to put it too much on here because I know one little single movement this guy's toppling over. So at the top of his flame on his head, sorry if I'm shaking a little bit, just try not to touch the floor too much. He is a little under 7 inches. He's 6 7/8. 6 7/8. Now going over this figure, so this is what I was talking about. Before we go any further, let me pull this back a little bit and bring this closer. So this is what I was talking about. Look, look how loose this is. I'm barely even touching it, and his ankle's already moving, and that's really, really hard to try to get him stepped. And look at this, I'm barely tapping this, and it's moving. These ones up here are actually kind of stiffer, so you know he gets some good. You can stand up pretty better up there. But as you can tell, I don't know if it's from him sitting on the bike, but as you can tell, this one kind of has a manufacturer detail right here, or discrepancy. That's what they call it. See how his leg is kind of curved downward. I don't know if that's just the plastic. That's how it was. You know, that's how it came from being in the box art too much. Not box art, but the box he came with too long. Maybe the heat got to him. I don't know. Maybe I can heat it up and bend it back and then cool it fast, almost like metal to have the plastic back there. But I don't want to risk damaging this figure, so I leave him how he is. So going over this figure, as you can see, he has the flames up top on his head. They're just up top, almost like a mohawk. They're not really around like the skull. Like I know some of the other ones, and you look at some Ghost Rider figures, you can tell like the flames coming out almost of his from like his neck up, not from the top of his head. And these look a little bit more like flames than they did on the bike. These are kind of soft, as you can see. I can move them around. So these are actually a little bit softer, and they actually look a little bit better like flames than the bike did. This one actually does have that transparent look, but it has like that yellowish orange red glow to it, so I like that. The detail on his head, the head sculpt, is just really nice actually. Just all the detail, the yellow teeth, the black wash they did on it, they did an amazing work on this head sculpt. I really like that. And you can see like the skull, the bones, underneath his jacket. I just really like that detail they put on this figure. It's actually one of the reasons I actually got this figure. It wasn't for the bike, because he had the bike. Now don't get me wrong, I like that he does have the bike, but it wasn't the only reason. It was actually this. I like that you can see his his teeth, his jaw, his neck, and like a part of his chest all in bone. That is just an amazing detail to me. And then going over the rest of his going over the rest of his body here. So some of this up here, like this, I don't know if you can really tell, but you can see everything that's moving. That's soft rubber. Soft rubber. And I think they did that for movement. Everything else is plastic. So as far as this soft rubber, here you can go. I mean, it's just all black with a little bit of, you can really tell here, I don't know if you can tell, but there's the little bug right here is supposed to be a skull, but it's all black, detailed black. It's not really detailed, I meant more like sculpted, to have like nice designs and stuff like that. But as far as the paint, there's really nothing there. You know, you see a little bit of white going down his shoulder right here, which kind of looks either a little bit shaded, or that's how it's supposed to be. Either or, I kind of like that look. I like that look. The little details they have right here on the gloves, you know, the buckle. I like that. I like that look a lot. As far as his belt, I think that's the only thing that really sticks out to me, other than his boots, which are still coming up. I mean, this whole figure, unfortunately, is just all the same color with little accents of white here and there, but it's all the same color. His belt, I mean, you can tell there's a belt there with the belt buckle right here, and it has like a little silver patterns around his belt buckle, as you can call it. And then he has like a little bit of white matching, although this white from his pants are a little bit different than the white from his jacket. So, and then you can see here that you can actually tell a little bit better that he has more of like, it's like the white stripe and like little gray here, little gray stripe on the sides of the white. And then he has, you can see the knee pads there. And then other than that, we'll just look over more of this boot, because the other one's kind of weird looking. But yeah, there you go. There's the boot with the boot buckle here and there. And that's just about it. There's really not much detail to this figure. I mean, he's a great figure, but there's not much detail to him. He's just all one color. The only detail that sticks out is his head. And that's really what drew me in the first place. Let's see here. Let's try to stand him up. Oh, come on. There we go. Alrighty, folks, so I forgot to say we're going to go over articulation in the last part of the video, so that's what we're going to do next. We're going to go over articulation. Now, I'm going to really take it easy with this figure, because he is really brittle. I can tell when I actually move him. So if for some reason I feel like something's going to get stuck, I'm not going to force it too much, or I might not even force it at all. I don't want to give it that chance to break. So let's start with the head. He does have a ball joint right at the top of the base of the skull and where the neck meet. I'm pretty sure you can spin 360 degrees, but because this kind of hinders it, it doesn't. Let's see, going down, he does have a butterfly joint on both. So this one's kind of stuck actually, which I'm not going to try to move. So he does have a butterfly joint, as you can see here. Look, there we go, butterfly joint. He does have a 360 turn on his arms. He also has a 360 turn at his biceps. Not really, it's like his upper shoulder, but you know, this is where most of them have it at the bicep, so I've been calling it the bicep. It's more like the upper bicep. Anyway, so he does have a 360 turn right there. He does have a double bend joint at the elbow, so you can see he does more than 90 degrees. And then there's no joint, there's no ball joint at the wrist. There's just kind of a single joint here, where it can just go up a little bit. And he goes like this. There you go. Now, this is, most figures don't have this. I know that some of the Gears of War's ones that I recently did, I know most Ghost Riders I've been doing, these all don't have these so far. But this one, oh, and I'm sorry, he has movement. I didn't even notice that actually. He has also movement at the forearm right here. There you go, 360 turn of the forearm. Anyways, what I was going to say next is most figures don't have this. He has movement at all his fingers. Now, not each finger moves individually. These are all moving together like this. So it's not like you can move a few of them at a time. He moves them all together. He has movement at the torso, which I don't want to, it's a little bit stuck and I'm not going to push it. So he does have movement at the torso, and you can tell that there's a joint there, but I'm not going to push it and it's not moving. He has movement at the waist, 360 turn, there you go. And as far as the legs go, I'm going to actually go ahead and do this one just to be safe. You guys moving up to the, look at that. See, look, watch. That's how loose his joints are. But anyway, he has movement up there. He can put his foot up 90 degrees up there. You can go as far as back. There you go. And then to the side, he can actually do the splits because you can actually open both of them. So he can do the splits. He does a 90-degree turn. I guess you can call that like at his thigh, his legs. I don't know, his legs go up there. We'll just call it legs. Let's see here. It almost looks... Yeah, I know. Okay. So this one's kind of stuck, so I'm not going to force it. So he does have a 360 turn at the thigh, as you can see there. He does have a double bend at the knee. You can see there as well. Let's see if he has the movement at the... Yeah, he does. He has 360 turn. That just probably made it even worse with his, brittle and soft joints there. So he does have a 360 turn at the calf. He does have movement at the ankles. And he has movement at the toes. And the last thing I wanted to show you guys before we do some comparisons is there's the holes. He has holes underneath his, not underneath, but on the bottom of his feet. Now, if you guys remember that the bike has some pegs that I was showing you guys, and that's where those clip in. And I'll show you that here shortly. There we go. Alrighty, everyone. So as far as comparisons, I have done a few Ghost Riders. I'm not going to pull out all three and compare every single, all the three I've done, because they're all toy based. They're all pretty much made the same year, and they're all pretty much the same height. Now, if I do, different ones, for example, this one's a Marvel Legends. If I do a Diamond Select one down the road, a NECA one down the road, a Mezco, I'll do comparison with those. But because I've only done a Toy Biz so far, 3 Toy Biz that is, we'll bring in a Toy Biz for size comparison. And I was bringing them slowly and softly because any little movement, this guy's going to topple over. But there he is for size comparison. As you can see, the details from a 1995 figure all the way up to a 2004 figure have drastically changed. Which I think is amazing, So there's the height, for comparison. Like, this is the flame I was talking about. Now, as far as I remember, that Johnny Blaze and the Ghost Riders does have the flame coming out almost from the base of his neck, not just from the top of the skull like these would be. So there's some nice comparisons there. Alrighty, folks. So there he is, Ghost Rider, from Marvel Select, released in 2004. Yeah, 2004. From the Series 7. If you guys like this video, please like and share. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. If you guys have any questions, anything positive, anything negative, anything at all, please leave them down in the comments down below. Anything helps with that. I also please do ask that if you watch my videos, please watch them all the way through. It helps YouTube circulate my videos out there even more. Also, if you want an inside scoop before YouTube, please check out my Instagram. I'll leave the link down in the description below. That being said, we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.